And we are joined now on the Mark Spain Real Estate Hotline by Tennessee Titans rookie wide receiver Kyle Phillips, hanging out with us here. Ramon Foster, Will Bowling with you. Kyle, good morning, man. How are you?
Morning.
Good morning. How you guys doing?
Good.
We're good, man. Hey, take us through the film process and what you take away from Tampa Bay the other night. I know Mike Vrabel was complimentary of your skills in the return game, but what's the biggest thing you took away from the way you played there?
The biggest thing I took away is I think is just that I need to improve in the run game a little bit. There's a few plays I wish I had back. Could have made a little bit better blocks, but overall, I'm pretty happy with the game.
Are you tired of snatching ankles, man? Just simply put, dog, like you line up, and I don't know if they're trying to underestimate you or they don't think you're as fast as you are, shifty, but like, do you have ankles like hung up in your room at this point?
Yeah, and it never gets old. I love it every time.
So you do take pride in this, man. But the way you set guys up, what actually got you to this point in which you run your routes? Because that's been the most unique thing other than your return game, and we'll get to that in a second. But where did that actually start from, and how do you go about building on top of that?
Yeah, well, from an early age, I knew I wasn't going to be the biggest guy. So in order to play receiver, I had to have good just route running. So from an early age, just what I focused on. I've been lucky enough to along the way have a lot of great coaches and mentors to kind of show me the ropes of running routes, stems, releases, and just everything like that. And so each level I get at, find a new person. Up here right now it's Robert Woods, and he's been helping me out along the way as well.
And Kyle, Rob Moore, your wide receivers coach, has already called you the professor through this training camp. Kind of take us through that studying process. When you're watching film, are you self-evaluating? Are you watching other wide receivers in the league? What's that process like for you?
Yeah, I'd definitely say it's a little bit of both. You could always learn something from other people, and then just in the self-study, what we do here is, we're not watching just for the results of, did we get in the end zone or not? It's, how we did it. It's the process of doing it the right way every time and just, really grading ourselves based on that.
Tell me more about what Robert Woods has talked to you about. You guys have a young room there and those wide receivers with Traylon, with you, with Nick and Racy. How instrumental has Robert been in kind of helping bring you guys along?
Oh, it's been huge. Obviously the playbook coming in as rookies is very difficult to pick up, but, he's been able to give us little tidbits here and there, to simplify the offense and just allow us to play faster each week.
As far as your time here in Tennessee, being a new pro, just what's been the biggest adjustment? Is everybody that you're playing against up to par? I know, we got the story of the headline about you were cooking everybody in practice, and Kevin Byard finally said, enough is enough. How has that adjustment been with you going against him and just, Christian Fulton and Caleb Farley? What has that been like, as opposed to college?
Yeah, no, and in college, you're best of the best. Obviously, you're going up, you're dominating, winning every rep, whereas here, you're going to have to take some licks, you're going to have to take some losses, but be able to bounce back the next rep and go get a win. So that's kind of been the biggest thing, but it's been good throughout practice going against KB and all those guys. They've done nothing but, make me a better football player.
Kyle Phillips with us here on 104.5 The Zone. What did you learn through the experience of your first joint practice, going up against somebody else in training camp versus your own team? What was kind of the biggest thing you took away from last week in those two practices in particular?
I'd say the biggest thing I took away is that those joint practices are really like a game. Each time we go out there, it's not just simply practice. Let's run our plays, let's do this, let's execute. There's a little pride to it. It's our team versus those teams, so it definitely made practice a little bit more fun and competitive.
And you haven't been able to share the field in preseason with Ryan Tannehill, but you were able to in those joint practices, of course, and kind of getting that game feel. How much more comfortable are you with what Ryan wants from you and kind of that process and that relationship coming along at this point of camp?
Oh, yeah, no, I feel very comfortable with him, even just from being in meetings with him. He lets us know exactly what he wants done from us, how he wants the route to look, what spot we need to be in, and even releases how much time we have on it. So he's really able to simplify for us everything and give us a direct answer of what we need to do and kind of where we need to be.
When it comes down to that side of the ball, offensively, yes, you're going to make your head in other ways on the field too, but the expectations you have for yourself going into the season. I'm sure you're not trying to be an offensive player that's sitting on the sideline whenever the offense is out there. What do you want for yourself this year going into this rookie season?
Yeah, I wouldn't say I have any expectations right now, but I definitely obviously want to go on the field on the offensive side. And my biggest thing is, I want to help this team win however I can, whether it's in the run game, pass game, or return game. Really anything I can do to help us win some games, that's what I'm here for, and that's what I'm going to do.
So from one quarterback to another, I asked you about Ryan Tannehill. What about Malik Willis? How have you seen him maybe take a step forward? What have you learned in just kind of working with him about the way he operates?
Oh, yeah, he's been making just huge strides each week, and biggest thing with him is, he's just a playmaker, whether it's with his arms or his legs, the play's not dead until it's blown dead with him. He can make something happen every play.
So Craig Ackerman says that he really likes your vertical speed. Not a lot of dancing around, not a lot of moving side to side. And I wanted to ask you about the tempo at UCLA, playing for Chip Kelly. I got to imagine you've got to make a lot of pretty quick decisions in playing in an offense that moves as quickly as your guys did in college. How did that offense, how did that tempo specifically kind of prepare you to make those quick decisions and play with such confidence and speed in that moment in the NFL?
Oh, yeah, I don't think there's a school in the country that could have prepared me more than UCLA. The coaches over there did a great job. And, yeah, like you said, in that offense, we got a lot of option routes. We got to make split decisions real quick. And so, obviously, that was a little difficult at first. But, as time was going, it started to become more natural to me and just become a part of my game. And then in terms of the return game, the vertical returns, that's what we did at UCLA. Had another great coach there in Deshaun Foster, and he got me really prepared. And now I just, feel comfortable back there, whether it's a punt return or a wide receiver on offense.
It happens to most young guys, and where you see talent, being in the league and stuff like that, to where when you've had a good game, good week, or the coaches or other players are talking about you, have you had a vet come up to you and be like, hey, young fella, you're going to be all right? Have you had that conversation yet?
No, not yet. I've got congratulated on a couple plays, but, I haven't really had a game yet where it's in, really played a great game on all sides of the ball, aspects of it, run blocking, pass game, returning. So, hopefully that's coming soon.
Yeah.
Kyle, what's it been like, man, adjusting to Nashville? How much you enjoying just kind of being a part of the many people from California that have now moved to Nashville?
I love it up here. I love country music. I love being up here. The biggest adjustment for me would probably be just the weather and humidity. Coming from San Diego, it's a little different, but so I made practices a little bit harder, but definitely feel like I'm getting used to it now.
Now, I remember talking with your fellow UCLA alumnus, Jayon Brown, when he came here and got drafted here and said, all y'all keep talking about how you got good Mexican food. And I promise you that coming from UCLA, do we really not have that good of Mexican food at all here?
I've yet to find a spot that I like, man. And I've tried many, so I'm still searching.
Kyle, we will help you get the good spots that you need. You've come to the right place for us, but I am a little disappointed
Please
to hear
do.
that.
Please do.
Hey, Kyle,
awesome.
one last thing from me, man. Talking about some of these young DBs, you guys are going to battle every day with Caleb, with Christian, with Roger in your rookie class too. Who has been the toughest DB for you to battle with? I'm putting you on the spot here. In Titans training camp on the other side of the field there for you?
I would probably say, the rookie and Roger. He's very fast, very quick, physical, but he doesn't rely on those things. He's also a technician, so he's very well rounded. And I've gone up against him a lot. I'd say it's been pretty even so far. So it's always fun being able to go against him.
See, Kyle, you let Will set you up. You let him set you up right there, okay? Because the cocky side is you supposed to say, nobody.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm that dude. Like, come on, man. You don't let him. No, don't take a back seat to nobody. What are we doing here? Yeah. But Roger's been good, man. Kyle, we're impressed with you, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Stay head down. Keep a humble approach to it. It's been fun watching you and hearing all the headlines behind you at camp, too.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, Kyle Phillips here with us on 104.5 The Zone. Kyle, great stuff. Appreciate the time, and you let us know when you find a Mexican place that lives up to your expectations being from California.
I'll let you guys know. You'll be the first ones.
I love it. Kyle Phillips with us. Thanks so much.
Thanks for having me.
All right, there he is on the Mark Spain Real Estate Hotline, Roger McCreary.
Roger. We can say it's two constants that's come out of camp from the young guys.
Yep.
It's Roger McCreary.
Yep.
And Bobby Trees. Those two dudes have been constants that we've talked to young guys, other guys, even Caleb, like who's helped him through this process. Well, Robert Woods, aka Bobby Trees. And then you ask about, who's
Bobby
performed
Trees.
well. And when you ask who performed well, it's been Roger McCreary every single time.
Got that dog in it.
Bobby Trees might be. Can we go there for a second?
Let's do it after the break.
Okay. All right.
Let's tease that for the break. Let's talk more about Robert Woods, the impact that he's having on this wide receiver room, and react to what Kyle Phillips had to say there with us. Ramon and Will, right here, 104.5 The Zone.